Well,
Okay, so basically the one question that I ask everybody, like if they want to do a demo, I say, how dry is your material? And they say it's dry. And I go, well, how dry? Are you like scared that it's that dry? Or are you okay with the dryness? And most people are like, oh no, it's got a lot of moisture in it. And I go, well, that doesn't work. Like it I go, if you touch the bud and you grab it, I go, and you're uncomfortable with the dryness, then it's pretty much at its perfect peak level to run through the machine. And most people, it's hard for people to even grasp the concept that it has to be as dry as it needs to be. And the other thing is I think a lot of people don't know or have never stored their weed for 6 to 8 months like I do. And literally, if it's got any moisture over 8%, 9%, it's not going to keep. It's going to turn, the color changes, it oxidizes. And like, that's another question I ask. I'm like, well, after you harvest, how long does your pounds last before they start to turn? And when people are like, what do you mean turn? I'm like, oxidize, turn brown, start yellowing out. Like it loses its smell. It starts to smell a little bit like cat piss because there's too much, like, I want to say ammonia. It's like an ammonia smelling nose. Like a lot of people put their stuff in bags and bins too wet and then they leave it there and they don't know how. Either they have too much to burp, like they've got too many bends and it's overwhelming for them. But literally, like, in my opinion, if you dry it out to the point where you are extremely concerned with the dryness, then you're right at the mark for it to go through toms. But most people don't know how to re-moisten their weed. That's like and some people might tell you, it's not good to re-moisten the weed, and I'm like, it's perfectly fine to do that, but you have to have it at the complete dryness in order for you to store it. And if it's at the right dryness, then it'll go through the toms in, like, some people are saying 45 seconds, a minute, and it's done. So, like, I mean, I feel like one of the biggest questions we need to ask them is, are you uncomfortable with the dryness that you're at right now? And if they say yes, then you say, perfect, you're good to go. And like I can give anybody tips and tricks on how to like re-moisten their stuff after they've dried it completely. But trying to explain that to somebody that has been doing this for as long as I have, if not longer, it's hard because people are so set in their ways on how they've done things and they're not used to seeing a machine that can actually do what we say it's going to do with the quickness that it does it. And as soon as it goes through the toms, if you've got an option to sell it, all you got to do is turn on a humidifier in the room, pop all the lids, and let it go for, like, I don't know, 6 hours, and just fluff everything up, and then you'll gain weight right back. I mean, I just did it yesterday. Like, I took a bunch of stuff that was dry, bone brittle dry, uncomfortably dry, and I turned on a humidifier with the bag closed because turkey bags are porous. So literally, you could spray the outside of a turkey bag and it's going to absorb the moisture through the bag into the pound and it'll be fine. But people are scared to do that because they think that it's going to ruin the weed, and it's not.